So, Ariel, man, I'm excited to interview you today and let the rest of the world learn a little more about you.
Hey, thanks for having me on here, Bernie. Excited to talk a little bit more about what's going on here at the bank and about myself here.
Yeah, so tell me a little bit of the story, like kind of how'd you get in the industry? I think is interesting, and what do you love about it? Because it obviously it fits you, that's for sure.
Yeah, it's great, Bernie. Well, I started selling cars and love selling cars, and I was like, how can I make a bigger impact on people's lives? And naturally, that turned into learning about mortgages and getting my license, and then found this opportunity through somebody else here at the bank. And before you knew it, I was up to speed on everything and wanted to just go out there and get it.
Yep, I love it. And Ariel,
Yeah.
it feels like again, we love our realtor partners. There's some great realtors, Latino realtors down in Indy, but like realtors love you. I mean, they actually reach out to you sometimes, right? When you haven't even talked to them because they've heard about you through another transaction. So, how have you done that, Ariel? Like, what do you do that just makes you such a great fit for a realtor?
That's a great question, Bernie. The biggest thing that I've found success in is being really open and direct with my communication and being as quick as I can with it. Because obviously, as you know, in this market, houses go quickly, so you got to respond. Sometimes that means giving an updated pre-approval on a Saturday, and just providing that extra level of service to their clients, right? Being open with them about their struggles, what they're concerned about, explaining things that could help them a little bit better financially with maybe adding more, payment to the principal and lowering the term on your mortgage. Just a little bit of education really noticed by people when they talk to their realtors about the service they've been receiving on the lending side. So I think that's been really, really helpful and just being really authentic about who you are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that. Well, and I've heard, you have great communication. Obviously, that's huge, but you tell the truth, right? Like right away, you tell the truth. You don't sugarcoat it for a client, but you give them options. Like, hey, maybe we're not ready right now, but boy, if we did this and this, we'd get there. And I just think sometimes, especially in a first time buyer community, loan officers feel pressured, like, oh, I'm going to figure this out. No, just tell the truth as soon as you can and then work on it. Right. And I think, Ariel, your responsiveness has really been amazing. So, Ariel, you did this at an early age and have had success. So, what would be your number one piece of advice for a newer lender, a loan officer, like maybe they're an assistant or an LP right now and they want to jump in and originate? I don't know. What would be your biggest piece of advice?
My biggest piece of advice would be to not be afraid to take no for an answer. Sometimes we are trying to push our way through, and it's really hard to determine who is going to be your partner in this business and who is, just you're going to be a tool for them, because you really want to find people that are like-minded and want to have that impact. And, having that impact and having a purpose in this business is one of the main things that you need to do. So that way people see that your work is genuine and it's easy to tell that right off the bat, that you are doing this not just for yourself, but for the people that you're helping.
Right. So, you're
Mm.
using some big important words, my friend, which I just love about you, right? Impact, genuine, authentic, right? And again, that's just you, right? So I really hear you saying is, hey, just be your authentic self, tell the truth, you know, purposely, if you're trying to help people, right? It just works. And I think you and I would agree this is a great business to help people. And then that gives you some great fulfillment, right? I love that. Okay. So everybody out there is all nervous about 2024 and the rates, my God, the realtors, right? What are you most excited about this year in 2024?
Well, I think what I'm most excited for this year, 2024, would probably be the summer season here when people are a little bit more motivated and we're able to see people actually. I've been a little bit over a year and a half, coming on 2 years now. So a lot of the people that I talked to last year are starting to get wheels turning and actually become buyers this time around. So I'm excited for that and the opportunity that brings. And quite honestly, probably a vacation that we have in the works in Europe.
Oh, that
So
sounds
maybe
great.
a Portugal trip is what we're looking at.
Ooh,
So so that and the summer season here, where some of the people that have been working towards buying a house that are going to be ready, I think that's really exciting to have like kind of the seeds you planted like spring up and boom, now all of a sudden your dreams are like within reach.
right.
So
And
yeah.
Eric, you got to
Mhm,
have balance, right? You got to plan
mhm,
vacations. You got to take time off. I think here at the bank we do a great job of having our loan partner system, so that way you've got people running your business. So if you have to take a week off, you could take a week off, right? We got to recharge. I
yeah.
think that's I think that's huge. What do you
Mhm.
so as far as TFSB and the bank, what do you think sets you apart in our
Mhm.
platform, or helps what part of the platform maybe helps you set apart with realtors and your clients?
That's a very good question, Bernie. I think most of the time when I'm meeting with realtors, I let them know that the thing that here at TFSB that I think a lot of people aren't leveraging is the fact that we have options. We have our loan committee here that can, you know, do things that other institutions can't. They can, see that certain people have certain situations, and that there are other compensating factors to help them say yes to, an actual buyer, where in other situations they would say no. And I
Right.
think the flexibility that DFSB offers with these types of programs, and obviously our creativeness to get somebody to the finish line and make sure that they have that piece of the American pie is really what sets us apart. And that's what I advocate to my realtors. Hey, if you're not sure about something, just give me a call. I'd be happy to help
Yep.
you, so that way we can see if there's a way forward. So I
Yep.
really think that's what's really big.
Yeah, right. I
Mhm.
think I think obviously we can do the easy stuff really well, but the flexibility to do, hard stuff and help people that need help, right? I think
Yeah.
that's cool. Like that's what I want to do. Okay, I
Yeah.
love it. All right, so Ariel, we're gonna transition to speed round. Okay, I'm gonna ask you some quick questions. We're gonna get to know about you a little bit, and you just throw me out, just throw me out some answers. Okay, so let's see. How about TV shows? Do you have a favorite binge watch TV show or a favorite movie? What do you think?
That is a really good question. I would say favorite TV show, I tend to go with some of the classics that's just kind of like an easy thing to put in the background. I like How I Met Your Mother. How I
Okay,
Met Your
there you
Mother is
go.
a Yep,
Right.
that's a pretty
Not to
great
mention
TV
that one's on
show.
every platform. You can grab that anytime you want and watch away. Okay, I love
Yeah.
that. Okay, so what about when you're out there when you're having fun? Are you a beer guy, a wine guy, a cocktail guy? What do you think?
I usually stick to more of a mocktail kind of thing. I'm usually the responsible one in the party, so
Love
want
that.
to make sure everybody gets to where they need to go. But I usually enjoy anything with mango in it. So if it's got
Okay,
mango, I'm down.
I love it. I'm writing that down. Mango. I got to remember that. Okay. What do you remember the lowest credit score that you ever pulled that you actually eventually got a loan done? What do you think?
I would have to say 606
Okay.
is the low. Yeah, yep. It's definitely that's around the lowest that I've seen that I've been able to get done here.
That's pretty good.
Hmm.
Right. And
Hmm.
obviously it's just a matter of time. You've probably got some lower than that you've got in the system that they're gonna
Oh
get
yeah.
fixed eventually, right?
Oh
Okay,
yeah.
what about pets? Are you a dog guy, a cat guy? Neither.
I actually have 3 dogs, and I'm also allergic to dogs.
Okay. Okay,
Yep.
so you love dogs. I love that.
Yeah,
I love
absolutely,
that.
enough to sacrifice my sinuses.
So good. Who's your favorite loan officer at the bank besides you?
Ah, well, that's a tough one. I think colleague-wise, definitely Dalton.
There
Me
you
and
go.
Dalton have been very buddy-buddy here at the Indy office. We feed off each other, we support each other, we encourage each other. But obviously apart from that, it has to go to Vince. Vince
Yeah.
is
Oh yeah.
just the guy. You know how he
Rock
is.
solid. Right.
Yeah, rock solid. Mhm.
Okay. When you're in the car driving, are you listening to a podcast or are you listening to music?
Either music or I'm calling a client that I need to touch base with. So
Right. So you're
start
on
to
the phone all the
incorporate
time.
that.
I
As
love it.
if I got some free time, I'm gonna talk to you. Obviously, not be a distracted driver, but at the same time want to make sure we get a little bit of more out of our day, right?
Oh, it's a mobile office, right? For sure a
Yeah,
mobile office. Right. What
yeah.
about what about workouts? Like, what do you listen to when you work out? Music, podcast? What do you think?
I do usually listen to podcast music, but my music taste is a little all over the place. So it could be some Italian rap music, or it could be some like post-hardcore Scandinavian music. So I'm all over the place when it comes to that.
I love it.
So.
Yeah, that's a lot. That's a lot of stuff. I love that. I love that. Okay, I love that. And then, Ariel, what would you say if you had a loan officer superpower? What do you think your loan officer superpower is?
I think my loan officer superpower is asking the right questions.
Love
I
it.
think, yeah, I think there's a lot of opportunities missed by not asking the right questions and trying to find a solution for people by asking more in-depth questions and getting to know the obviously their whole financial picture.
Right.
Yep.
It's about what
Yeah.
they need, right? It's not about
Mhm.
what we need. It's about what they need and the help they need so we can structure something. Right.
Yeah.
I love that. Well, Ariel, man, I am super proud of you, brother. You have done some amazing stuff. This is just the beginning. I think we both know, right? The next steps and next levels are going to be just super exciting. So great chatting with you today. And do you have any social media handles you want to shout out and get people following you?
Yeah, and mine's is pretty simple. It's just my name. It's Ariel Drotter.
Okay.
I'm the only one in the world.
I love that's awesome. I love it.